smart to be rich. And you can be hog, nasty rich in this company. You absolutely can. So I'm not going to apologize for it. Some people get offended when I talk about money and they say, oh, Barb Pitcock, she's all about the money, all about the money, all about the money. And you know what, you guys? I'm not all about the money. But in life, do you ever feel like every decision, every bit of freedom, every single decision you make every single day takes what? Money. Money. And I loved what Stedman Graham said the other night. And I purposely asked him about all these struggling young adults because I used to be one. And someone came along and totally changed my life and helped me experience a breakthrough. And a week ago when Dave and I were in Chicago, we passed the Rosemont Theater. And Dave said, man, 19 years ago, you were there. You remember that. I remember the rows on the water tower. I remember the Provost motor coach parked out front. I remember the Corvette on the trailer of the Provost motor coach. I remember the lady that did the audio cassette about how you clean out all your arteries, and I was 23, and I was like, why did we get in the artery company? I don't know, mine are good. They're out there talking about sexual dysfunctions, and I had 2 babies and 1 on the way, and I was like, we're good. And then we're out there talking about weight loss, and I'm a 25-inch waist. You know, I mean, they're pounding all this stuff into us, and then this guy got up there. And this is no lie. He had a cane. He was in his 50s. Someone was helping him. He came up to the stand like this. He had a twitch in his neck like this about every 3rd word. I'm not even kidding you. My kids called him Greenhead because he had gray hair, but I think he tried to tone it a little bit. Oh. And on all the magazines, they go, was that Greenhead? I go, that's Greenhead. And you know, this man stood up there and told jokes about his wife who hated money. He bought her a Lexus. She hated it so bad. She wrecked it, wanted to give all the money to the church. She hated the business. When he first got started, they lived in his mother-in-law's basement, and his first check was $6.25. And my favorite thing he said as I was sitting in the far back with no money and a repossessed car and no friends and 2 babies and 1 on the way and utilities turned off and checks bouncing and debit cards that wouldn't clear and sharing a room with the most negative lady in my entire downline for 3 days. We didn't go to the room much, because when she left the room, we called her Sunshine. The whole place just brightened up. And I was sitting there, and this man with a twitch, and he stuttered a little bit, and he couldn't see very well. He was making $160,000 a month. Can you guys fathom that in 1996? How many of you want $160,000 a month? Yes! And I had to think to myself, if he can do it, surely to God, Dave, we could even do 10% of what he's doing. We're good in Russell, Kansas, right? Because where I come from, doesn't take a whole lot of money to live. 2 stoplights, a Sonic, a Subway. What used to be a Dairy Queen is now a San Juan Mexican restaurant. It's the most gourmet food. That's where you go on a nice dinner date. Oh. We did have an Alco that went out of business 2 weeks ago. So I gotta drive 40 minutes to go to a Walmart. I mean, I got a Clemma Apple Market in my town, and that's it. That's where you buy your dog food, your cat food, your lipstick, anything if you're not in longevity. Like, you're going there to get all your toiletries. It's the only place to go. So when you live in a small town like that, the average income is maybe $2,000, $2,400 a month. You guys, in 1996, that company I joined was $1,049 to join. Wow. And I didn't have any money. And all we got was products that were for a Geritol convention or something. Like, I was Gen Y before Gen Y, right? I was the youngest person in the whole place. And Les Brown was on that stage. And I will never forget it, because I saw the man with the twitch in his neck that was crippled making $160,000 a month. And then Les Brown came on stage, and he talked about the most dysfunctional family you could imagine. And I nudged Dave and I said, I think we can do this. We actually put the funk in dysfunction, in case you guys don't know our story. So today, it's been 19 years. And that little girl that I was pregnant with in Chicago is going to graduate in 6 weekends. 6 weeks from now. That means I have 6 times to watch her run a race. Well, she's in 4 events a race, or a track meet, so I really have 24, but 6 times I get to be there. And today, I wasn't there because I made a decision to be here with you guys. So I'm not going to stand in this room and just talk to hear myself talk for an hour. We are either going to make money and get results, or I just gave up one of the most important days of my life for a bunch of people that don't understand the value in what's going to happen in this room. And I am not, Dave sent me a text the other day, and it had this little girl looking at this little boy with a stick shoved right in his face. And it said, "I'm not bossy, I have leadership skills." And I said, "Is that how I am?" And he goes, "Yeah, kinda." You kind of are. You know, when we owned a company together, he would be like, "Stop screaming at me." Like, "I'm not screaming at you, I'm just passionate about this. This is big stuff, right? Okay, I'll do it." So I don't want any of you in this room to be like, "She's a witch. I don't like her style." It's just the way I'm wired. I don't have any patience. I don't know how much longer you're going to be on this planet. Seriously. You might not be at the next convention. You don't know what's going to happen between. I might not be at the next convention. I don't want you to come back next convention and be like, "Yeah, I heard her last year. She talked about." I don't remember what she talked about. No, I want you to remember what I'm about to talk about, okay? Because I'm going to talk about you experiencing a breakthrough in the crap in your life and you standing up there making $160,000 a month. Is that okay? Yeah! So before all that, this whole damn weekend, they've been playing these videos of people running races while I'm missing a track meet. I almost sent a message, could you just have made it sponsored by Puffs Plus? Because I have a snot headache and I'm tired of watching people fall in races. Because Callie Ann Pitcock is no bigger than 4.9. She's not even had her 5-foot party yet. She is so little, but she has so much will to win that she keeps saying, "Am I almost 5 foot? Am I almost 5 foot?" And she just wants to win. She just wants to win. Did you guys hear what Bill Andreoli said about people who are in network marketing? It's just ingrained in their kids that they just want to win. Did you hear that? That was the most important thing that he said, because you know what's more important? Okay, all of us have an audience of 1. You got that, right? Yeah. You know who 1 is, right? Yeah. So we don't have to impress anybody else. That's why I'm not worried about offending you all, because I know everything that's coming out of me is coming from him. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you get offended, stay broke. I want you to be rich. I want you to be rich. This little girl gets up this morning, and I call her as I'm getting